Aaron, last day of the season today ends in defeat. What do you think of that?
Yeah, it was harsh. I mean, we finished the game with 9 players because the injury to Hope was obviously gutting, but to have a red card in the 42nd minute as well. So we're playing against a team that are likely to win the league with, down to 10 players for over 45 minutes. So yeah, I'm proud of the players. Like, it's difficult to come here at the best of times, but I felt we really gave them a challenge, especially when we went down 10 players. I thought we were the better team in the second half until they got their second penalty. But yeah, it was a good game, and we just talked about it and said, the first penalty, I genuinely feel Sian put her foot in front of their player and the players kicked the back of Sian's leg, which we've seen in the Premier League recently with a penalty like that. And it was, if anything, the girls kicked the back of Sian's leg, and then the other one, Ellie's come out to clear the ball and taken out the forward, but we think it's outside the box and Ellie might have got there first. But it doesn't matter. The referees, I thought, were really good today. They had comms in, they were talking to each other constantly, they were updating us brilliantly, and this is what we need to see more of at this level, with 3 referees with comms in their ears, being able to talk to each other and talk to the staff and talk to the players. So I've got no grumbles about it. But yeah, it was positive to come here, and like I said, down to 10 players, down to 9 players for 10 minutes of the game. It's difficult against Cardiff to come here with 11, let alone 9. But we just worked out possession and we just saw the game out. So yeah, long season, all done now, roll on next season.
What was the thinking behind your starting 11 today? You had a few different players involved, including the first start for Lucy Coulter as well.
Yeah, they've done really well. Like, they've performed well for the reserves. They've come into training and they've done well with us. And what we pride ourselves on is the progression through the club from the youth to the first team via the reserves. And if they're performing well for the reserves, then they will get their chance to come up if it's a position that we need covering. And I feel like today there was a little bit of professionalism from us needed, because we could have come here with 12 reserve players and given them all debuts, and it wouldn't have looked good on us, because Exeter still want to win the league. So we've come here professionally. We've given a starting debut to Lucy Coulter. We've given Amy Gritz come on the bench. Gabri's back. She's been on our fringe and she's worked hard, and she's now back in, so she started today. And we've left players like EJ, Britt, Hope on the bench, Summer, that have all been starting the recent games. So we rotated the squad for the game, but we still, like I said, we still caused problems, and we still came here with what I deem a strong squad, and we should be causing more problems than we did. But I feel like we just didn't defend well enough today, especially that first half. And then when you get a goal down, you're just creating problems for yourselves. But that's been the highlight, unfortunately, or the low light, I should say, of our season, that I don't feel as a group we've defended well enough, and we've caused our own issues in our own final third. And that again happened today. We could have cleared the chance, could have cleared the ball 3-4 times before that penalty was even given, but we hashed a couple of the clearances and wrong decisions before that. But yeah, that's why. So it's congratulations to Amy and Lucy for being in the squad, and they deserve it.
What are your thoughts on the red card, as you say, on the stroke of half time? Quite a pivotal time for any moment, a big change in the game. And also, what effect do you think it had on the game and your team?
Yeah, it was a definite red card. 100%. Completely backed the referee on it, but it came from an absolutely atrocious back pass from one of our players, and it was under no pressure, and that's caused us problems. And then Kirsty's pulled the girl down, but Ellie Sargent's quick. She's got goal side, and we know that. And it was a red card, and there's no arguments. Like I said, the officials were very good today, and I've got absolutely no complaints, especially after some of the officials that we've had this season have been extremely poor, and that's throughout the league, and that's even the league above. But today I thought they were outstanding, and I've got no complaints on it. And like I said, it was a blatant red card, and it was our mistake that led to that decision to be made, and that's, for me, the disappointing thing, not the decision by the referee. And then when you're down to 10 players, it just becomes so much harder against a team that are on top. And the worst bit is that we're 1-0 down at that point as well, and you've got 2 minutes to get in till half time, and the red card came at a terrible time, because then 2 minutes more and we're in at half time, we can regroup and come back out. And like I said, second half I thought we were the better team. They were coming over to their bench asking questions about what they should be doing, so it showed that our rotations and our movements were causing them problems. But when you've got 10 and you're chasing the game against a good team, it becomes hard, and you feel like when we scored our goal, we're back in it. And then another error at the back creates the issue there, where Ellie's then come out and tried to clear the ball, and it's another penalty. We've victims of our own downfall, is it? I don't know, but yeah, it's difficult any game to play with 10 players, let alone a team that are probably going to win the league.
And just a final words, is there any idea on what's happened there with Hope at the end?
She's gone for a challenge with Grace, and Grace is a solid player, and they've both gone for a tackle, and it's on 4G, and it's not the leg that Hope went in for a tackle with. So I don't know. Hope's felt like something's dislocated in her knee. So we look at that and see what happens, and hopefully get some scans, and physio can have a look at it and see what issues there are in that left knee. But it's just another knee injury in the women's game. It's just another thing, and we do so much around injury prevention, especially around ACL and knee injuries, and you can't help certain things. And again, watching it here, it was just a 50-50 tackle, and it was her leg that wasn't even in the tackle that got clattered. So yeah, really disappointed. I'm gutted for Hope, and I just hope it's nothing too serious, but we'll see. Hopefully by the end of this week, or the end of next week, we'll have an answer and go from there. But yeah, I'm just gutted for her.
And just in a summary, how do you sum up this season as a whole?
The last couple of weeks at training, I've said it, and I've said it to people I've spoken to, we have played the best football I've ever seen us play at the club, and it's disappointing that it's come at the end of the season. If you look back at our results, when we lost certain games, lost to Exeter 3-2, when we're clean through and Hope gets pulled down for an obvious penalty, the ref blows up and brings it back for a free kick. You think if that penalty was given, we win that game 3-2, that's the 96th minute. Then you look at the next game, Bournemouth, we go and get a stupid red card against Bournemouth, and then we're down to 10 players and we lose that game. And then we go to Portishead, who we should be beating comfortably, and we go down there and they want it more than us and we lose that game. We've lost 3 games out of our first 7 or something. That's lost us this season, and by that time, I know they're reshaping the promotion and relegation from Championship down to Tier 3 now, but in this league, one going up, it's just absolutely brutal, and anyone in this league can beat anybody. Like today, Keynsham were 1-0 up against Moneyfields at one point. St Austell were 1 or 2-0 up, I can't remember, against us, and they finished rock bottom of the league. And anyone can beat anyone on their day, and with one going up, it just makes it so difficult. And I think next season only one's going to go up again, and you've just got to be better. We've got to start the season better. If we play like we did for the 30 minutes before their third goal, we'll be fine. But we can't make mistakes like we are. We can't have continuous missed open goals, missed one-on-ones, go down the other end and we miss time tackles, we dive in, we slide in and leave someone free to cross the ball. Can't do it. You got to be better, and that's on all of us. Like, it's on our coaching. Is there stuff that we could have coached better or gone into, and that's something that we'll reflect on. And I look back on the season, the first thing I reflect on is myself and how I can be better, and then hopefully look at spreading that through the team and the club, and go for next season. But there's loads of benefits, loads of pluses from this season, like the likes of the reserve players that have come through, and the work that Alex and Roger and Ali have done in the reserve team to develop those players to come up to us, and hopefully long may that continue.